about time for the school bells to ring, and of course that also means it's time to start packing back-to-school lunches and snacks. Most of us are looking for creative ways to fill our children with nutritious food that they actually enjoy. And as a mom of two, one who's in school and one who's starting school soon, I find that can sometimes be hard to do. But luckily, we have celebrity chef and mom, Donatella Arpaia, to help us out. Welcome, Donatella. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Great to be here today.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So our readers at Eat the Burbs are suburban families, usually moms that have two or more children, and we're always looking for ways to incorporate healthy food, especially in school lunch, when the kids are surrounded with a sea of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and whatnot. So tell us a little bit about your family and the projects that you have coming up, and then give us all the goodies about how we can get our kids to eat healthy at school.
You got it. So I am a busy working mother. I am a restaurateur and celebrity chef, and a few years ago I became a wife and mother, and that's been my best role yet. And it's been a real interesting learning curve and challenge for me to realize how difficult it is to feed your child and to get them to love fruits and vegetables. And there's a whole epidemic out there, and we know that the kids are nutritionally starved, they're overweight, and the best way to combat it is to get your children to love and to eat vegetables. But like I said, I'm also a busy working mother. So one of the things I am so excited to talk about today is my partnership with Libby's, because they came out with Veggie Cups, which is brilliant. It's microwavable snack cups, so they look like a snack that your kid is going to have that should be in your snack, your bad draw. And they're pre-cooked. They're so easy and convenient and time-saving. And today I'm going to talk about all the different recipes that I created to help your kids eating more vegetables. So I'm going to start with my Mexican chicken corn salad. And you know, with the way containers are for lunch, you can actually pack a healthy lunch for your child, which is a salad, because there are great containers for that. And on Sundays, I do a lot of prepping for the week. And I think that's the biggest thing, is prep ahead, plan out some of your meals, not to the T, but get some basics done. For example, I grill off a whole bunch of chicken breasts, and I create a really healthy salad for my son, which is grilled chicken. I take Libby's single-serve corn. I just drain the liquid out, pour it on the salad. I also take some shredded cheese, because kids love cheese, but I get a part skim one, so it's healthier, and the kids never know the difference. Some black beans for a great protein and starch, healthy. Also, a little crumbled bacon, because bacon makes everything a little bit better, and my son loves it. And some cherry tomatoes, which are sliced and sweet and great on their own. And especially, my son is a toddler age, I know they love variety. So this is a beautifully laid out salad, and they can assemble and put it together. And I just use a simple salad dressing of extra virgin olive oil, fresh lime juice. It doesn't have to be complicated. Look how easy this dressing is, and you don't have to buy the pre-bottled dressing. Salt, a little smoked paprika, because my son loves a smoky flavor, and just a touch of pepper. So that's one great salad, and it's beautiful, beautiful to eat, even for me at lunchtime. Another thing to do is think about vegetables throughout the day. It's not just about lunchtime. How about getting vegetables into your children's breakfast? So for example, my son, I couldn't get him to eat peas for the life of me. I put them in mac and cheese. He picked them out. I couldn't do it. But don't give up on your child. Just because they say they don't like a vegetable, it doesn't mean if you introduce it a week later in a different way that they won't eat it. So last week I was scrambling some eggs with a little ham and peppers, and I added peas into the eggs. I put it into a sandwich, and he loved it. And it's also a great after-school snack. So we like to recycle and repurpose. We're the ultimate multitaskers as moms. It's true.
That's totally true.
Another dish that I love, children love meat sauces, and that's really a fun way to get them to eat vegetables. I took the classic Italian bolognese, but I used turkey meat instead, and I added peas and carrots into it with onions. And it's great at night with pasta, so you're eating together as a family and you're getting it in. and 2 days later, instead of your typical PB&J, you can get a slider roll and put the meat in there, and it's like a classic sloppy Joe, but they're getting their vegetables, and it's a lean protein. So it looks like, bad food, but it's not.
Yeah, that's always the way for me to get my 4-year-old to eat something, is to make it look like it should be bad, but it's really good for you. And I sneak it all in there. And usually I find that for him, I have to really change the texture of things. So for beans, he doesn't really like how they are, so I'll take them, mash them, and create little bean cakes out of them to make them like the bun for his slider.
That's a great a great idea. A lot of times it is a texture.
Like
a lot of times it is a texture issue with kids. And one thing I like to do, as much as it's fun to sneak things in, you also want to make children part of the process. So maybe next time when you're smashing those peas, I bet you he would love to smash them too. So get him involved cooking, because when you start talking about vegetables and where they come from, and also where the bad food comes from and the consequences of that, they're really, really smart. And a lot of times on a Sunday when I'm prepping for the week, I get a little chopping block for my son, I get a little apron on, and I kind of allow him to make a mess and feel like he's part of the process of me prepping for the week. And when you do that and you make them part and feel like they are cooking, they feel very proud, and they tend to want to eat what they just made.
I love that idea. And he is always in the kitchen watching, so I'll start to incorporate him more in the process.
You just have to try fun things.
I usually do that with, go ahead.
You just want to have fun things ready for him to do. It doesn't have to be crazy. Keep him away from the sharp knives, but a lot of times they have their own knives that they can use, or flour and water is always an easy one where they're making dough. And it's a little messy, but at the end of the day, if you're teaching your child to eat fruits and vegetables, it's worth the mess.
Totally. I agree with that. So let me ask this question. I've been dying to know, have you ever replicated anything that you've tried in the Iron Chef kitchen at home? And if so, did your child like it?
Oh, that's interesting. I have tried to replicate a few dishes. One thing that I remember in particular was Bobby Flay he spent a summer in Italy, and all of a sudden he thinks he's Italian. So he started cooking this Italian dishes for me. And the guy, I have to admit, is good. He's good. And he made polenta, which is cornmeal, which is one of my favorite, but he toasted the polenta. And I thought that was such a beautiful texture. It created a nutty texture. So I did make it, and I added, that's a great, with your classic bolognese, you put it on the toasted polenta, and it's delicious. And I think my son ate it.
That sounds pretty good.
Some of it ended up on the floor, because he likes to throw food on the floor still. I'm not going to lie to you. But at least 50% ended up in his mouth.
Yeah, I have that too. I got a 4-year-old, so I totally get that. So where can our audience find out more information about Veggies and some of your recipes?
Absolutely. For all these recipes and great information about Libby's Veggie Cups, go to getbacktothetable.com.
Okay.